Good day, Barbadians. My name is Felicia Dujon. I am the spokesperson for education for the Democratic Labour Party. Today, I speak to you as someone who has dedicated my life to education and the rights of children. I am also a mother and an advocate, and someone who refuses to allow the repeated failures of this ministry to continue unchecked. As your spokesperson for education, I take this duty with pride, honor, and an unwavering commitment to our children, our teachers, and our parents. Under this administration, our children have been placed at risk, some even sexually assaulted, due to a lack of proper security at schools. The continuous mishandling of our school maintenance have left learning environments unsafe and unprepared, while egregious cutbacks have caused our school meal programs to suffer, depriving children of proper nutrition that they need to grow and learn. These failures are unacceptable, and the time for excuses is over. Over the tenure of 5 ministers in this motley-led administration, we have witnessed a pattern of mismanagement, excuses, and shift blaming. Every term, the same problems resurface. Schools are not ready, teachers left without guidance, parents left frustrated, and most importantly, our children left to suffer the consequences. This public display of misleading statements is humiliating and unacceptable. Parents are being asked to choose sides when the facts are clear. Our schools were not ready. Let me remind you of the reality our children have faced. In 2022, Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, administered a controversial computer science pretest to 11-year-olds at 5 secondary schools without parental consent. Students were asked questions on mental health, some experiencing anxiety and panic. Parents were shocked, children were unsettled, and yet the leadership failed to provide proper safeguards. A year later, at the Springer Memorial Secondary School, an emergency drill intended to prepare students went horribly wrong. Masked men with fake guns and machetes moved through classrooms, triggering panic, asthma attack, fainting, and tears. Parents arrive in distress, trying to comfort children who have been terrified by an event that they were not informed about. And let us not forget the reopening disasters at our schools. Another example of the mismanagement that left children, students, teachers in confusion and stress. It is also the same CEO under her leadership who oversaw these violations of children and student rights, then sought to reassure the public and the schools that everything was in order. This pattern of mismanagement, followed by public appeasement, rather than accountability, cannot continue. These are not isolated incidents. They are a pattern. And yet, the minister and the CEO continue to claim that all is well. This is false, misleading, and unacceptable. Every second a child misses a lesson, every hour they are denied a safe space and a prepared learning environment, their future is compromised. Leadership in education requires more than standing in front of cameras and issuing statements. It requires diligence, accountability, foresight, and above all, care and love for the children we serve. The minister must leave the comfort of his office Visit the schools personally and witness the realities of our teachers and students face every day. If he's unwilling or unable to fulfill this duty, he must act or step aside for someone who is willing and prepared to do so, or face the full legal ramifications that must ensue. Let us be clear, these failures should not and will not be allowed to continue. Again, I will personally ensure that the Education Act is fully enforced and that all penalties subscribed under the law are applied. There is no further compromise when it comes to education and the safety of our children. To parents, teachers, and students of Barbados, I say to you, we hear you, we see your struggles, and we will not allow these issues to be ignored. Our children deserve schools that are safe, teachers who are supported, and a ministry that serves with honesty, dedication, and love. To the minister and the CEO, I say this: the time for excuses is over. Accountability must be immediate. The public will no longer accept negligence, misinformation, or the toxic cycle of blame shifting. This is your final warning. Do what is right or face the full legal ramifications that will ensue. Our children, our teachers, and our parents deserve better. They deserve a ministry that acts with care, foresight, and integrity. Every day of inaction is a day of lost opportunity for our children. The time for action is now. May God bless our children, our educational professionals, and our beloved country.